he was able to come in person, but we had several ministers in the ministerial conference last night who joined online. So this is really truly becoming a whole of world discussion. And interestingly, Bangladesh, with its proclamation at the UN General Assembly on the 25th of September, inaugurated by the Honorable Foreign Minister, the Equality Center, we had a very bold proclamation: zero digital divide. No other country has made that audacious proclamation yet. And that propelled Bangladesh to a leadership role. It has already, with the Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, putting Bangladesh at a totally different level in the last 15 years. Now in digital, with an equity message of zero digital divide, we are seen to be a leader in the global south, supporting many other countries. So this zero digital divide is going to be plastered everywhere. With Maylin, I don't know, I don't see her in the audience. So she has started a campaign for 50 years of internet next year. So that will be 2024. So that will be the 50th year of internet, and the zero digital divide will be part of that campaign. And Bangladesh will be part of that campaign as well. Going from non-standard data to globally standard data. So data that actually, even if you look at many different ministries, look at Ministry of Education, Ministry of Health, Ministry of anything, we have been developing a lot of systems in silo with data that does not talk to each other. And we are facing that every day. So the movement is toward standardization of data, but make that standard globally acceptable. Going from a non-DPI to DPI approach, what we have seen is that we have been thinking more from a provider standpoint. I'm Minister of Agriculture. I think from an agriculture ministry standpoint. I am Department of Agriculture Marketing under the Ministry of Agriculture. I don't even think about Department of another department with the Ministry of Agriculture. So I'm only thinking from the perspective of Department of Agriculture Marketing. What needs to happen is look at the whole problem from the perspective of a citizen. A citizen is a farmer, citizen is a learner, a citizen is a loan taker, a citizen is a driver, a citizen is a migrant, a citizen is a patient. So that means the same person as a citizen, I actually go to multiple ministries, multiple departments, and that's how we need to look at, and DPI allows us to do that, empowers us to do that. And the last thing, what I mentioned is the zero digital divide, that the non-DPI approach in digital widens the digital divide. And the DPI approach will actually, hopefully, eliminate digital divide, certainly will reduce it. So these are the 5 takeaways that we have been discussing in the last day and a half. I'll come into this in a second. I know that the Honorable Education Minister has to leave. So what I would like to do, Purabi, where is Purabi? Can we have the Honorable Education Minister make her remarks and then we go into this discussion? So maybe we should do that. So Honorable Education Minister, I think we've been eagerly waiting to hear from you. So a lot of what we've been discussing, the AI-powered DPI, AI-powered digital public infrastructure, and a lot of that will actually start from your ministry. You've taken a bold step by bringing the DPI approach and artificial intelligence in your continuous assessment framework. And then that's just the foundation for many other fantastic things to come. Honorable Education Minister, Dr. Deepu Mani, please.
Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I hope everybody is happy after a very good lunch. So you will not mind me just intruding in the middle of a beautiful presentation. It is indeed a pleasure and an honor to present Bangladesh at its flagship conference on DPI and AI for Zero Digital Divide. The clarion call of a smart Bangladesh by Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has been foundational in mobilizing our efforts in the field of education. While there are many facets to education, including lifelong learning, greening education, and inclusive practices, I would like to take a moment to highlight our endeavors in transforming foundational learning and strengthening digital education to cultivate smart citizens for a smart Bangladesh. As of now, Bangladesh is undergoing a comprehensive curriculum transformation encompassing both primary and secondary education from K to 12 grades. Several notable developments are worth mentioning. First, we are shifting away from rote memorization only and traditional lecturing towards experiential learning methods. We are moving away from relying solely on summative and high stakes assessments to embracing small formative assessments. To support this shift, we have developed the Blended Education and Skills Master Plan. This initiative has transitioned teachers' professional development from traditional face to face methods to blended and continuous approaches. Our new national curriculum places a strong emphasis on teachers as facilitators of learning, transitioning them from being mere sages on the stage to guides on the side. We are currently in the process of establishing a comprehensive education monitoring and evaluation system. Furthermore, the incorporation of AI supported assessment systems and the introduction of career development prospects for our students will play a pivotal role in the transformation of our education system. I'm thrilled to announce that the Honorable Prime Minister has recently inaugurated the Noipunno app, designed for enhancing learning and conducting summative assessments in public schools. This innovative application is the result of a collaborative effort between the Ministry of Education, the National Curriculum and Textbook Board, A2I, and UNICEF. Our new curriculum highlights digital literacy as a foundational skill, recognizing its importance in today's digital age. We are committed to an evidence-driven decision-making approach as we build our government and broader ecosystems capacity to generate and utilize evidence effectively. The government is fully committed to prioritizing the implementation of these initiatives, and we are allocating the necessary resources to ensure their success. Developing the required infrastructure and securing financing will require coordinated efforts from multiple stakeholders, including government partnerships, public-private collaborations, development partners, and public-purpose partnerships. The journey of achieving SDG 4, quality education, has laid the foundation for our mission of developing smart citizens for a smart Bangladesh. Our collaboration with the World Economic Forum's Blended Education Accelerator, hosted by A2I in Bangladesh, has created a platform for mutual learning, encouraging us all to be part of the solution for the challenges of today and tomorrow. While we continue to learn from our global partners, it is our hope that the work we are doing in Bangladesh can also inspire and contribute to the transformation of education worldwide. This commitment is our gift from Bangladesh to the world. In 2041, I hope to meet you in a smart Bangladesh, contributing to a smarter world. Thank you. Joy Bangla, Joy Bangabandhu. May Bangladesh live forever.
Thank you very much, Honorable Education Minister. Now, since she will be leaving soon, I would like to request Honorable State Minister Sir to hand over the crest to her, please. Crest, please. I would like to request Shejyuti Shah to please come on stage, please. Thank you, everyone. So now I would like to call upon Ms. Mohammed Abul Kalam Azad sir and Ani Chaudhuri for their next presentation, and to continue the presentation and way forward discussion, please. Thank you.
Slides, thank you. So we had a number of sessions since yesterday morning. We did a DPI deep dive. We had international experts, Pramod Varma, who joined us from the US, Kamia, who joined us here. They both work for Center for Digital Public Infrastructure in India. So they guided us on how to think about DPI. And we had people joining in from World Bank, from Uganda, to guide us on DPI yesterday. And then we had a series of sessions all throughout the day. So we picked 6 sectors, not to say that these are the 6 most important sectors in Bangladesh, but these are some of the more important ones. In future, because hopefully, with the permission of the Honorable ICT Minister, we will do this every year, hopefully, right? So then we'll add other sectors. So these are the 6 sectors that we actually targeted. মুখে বললেই হবে আপনার মুখের কথা যথেষ্ট And then we had the inauguration in the afternoon actually yesterday. But interestingly, before the inauguration, we kept a 2-hour slot for networking. And many of the participants decided the night before that they would actually like to have other sessions that we did not cover by design. So there was a session on gender inclusion. And we had about 30-40 people gathering in a room talking about gender inclusion. We had a session on disability, persons with disability. Another 40-50 people actually gathered in another room. They talked about that. And interestingly, we had Professor Anil Gupta from IIM Ahmedabad, who is a lifelong collector of innovations at the grassroots. So he's collected over 200,000 innovations in India. He walks like Gandhi in rural areas, and he's collected those innovations. So he held a session where we had Mr. Abul Kalam Azad there also, and the Honorable ICT State Minister joined us towards the end. So how do we collect grassroots innovation? How do we incentivize them? And how do we commercialize these innovations for growth and also equity? So these 3 sessions came out of nowhere, but without design. So I think that's an interesting way how conferences can be designed. We don't have to rigidly design everything. I think we let the participants create new sessions. And then we had a ministerial conference yesterday. Today was all about AI. Ministerial conference triggered the AI discussion last night. We had a late night with the ministers from Bangladesh and from other countries, from Sao Tome, from other countries also. But today was all about AI. So we had international experts in the morning doing a deep dive on AI, and then we had the 6 sectors, these 6 sectors that you see covered in AI today. I'll go through a very quick, and I'll assist Mr. Azad. So the salient points that have come, and I would like to thank primarily Bangladesh Brand Forum, because they have actually captured the essence of the discussions in every room. And also I'd like to thank Boston Consulting Group, because they have synthesized. So this was not only an effort within the government and private sector, we've been getting support from consulting companies, local and global, to help us synthesize information. So in the public services discussion that we had, both in AI and DPI, AI today and DPI yesterday, these are some of the salient points that came up. The data standardization, data sharing protocol, and a national DPI council, which will actually guide us. National DPI council, which will also look after AI. And few success stories, I put up one from Bangladesh, which is digitization of 2,000 services and social safety net digitization to 100%, which is 16% of our budget and 2.55% of our GDP. And India's Aadhaar, which has allowed India to go from 20% financial inclusion to 80% financial inclusion in 9 years. A non-DPI approach would have taken 50 years. So that's the acceleration that we see. But then there are a few questions that have come up in the discussions. And I'd like to request Mr. Azad to just ask this question. I think one of the important question is the one that's highlighted. I think we should have given you a printout of this when this all happened at the last moment. Gigi, please, please.
Hello. Hello. So you see, two microphones were not working. It was working with a lady. And as she is a former actress also, so maybe that microphone knew her. So, dear friends, in a galaxy of innovator, here we heard from Anir the summary of discussion which we had yesterday and today. Here, on both of my side, obviously, leader and political leader is here, politician is here, also academia, researcher, practitioner, civil servants, all are here. So the questions are here, you see, how should we ensure demand and supply side traction for DPI adaptation? So we know this DPI, that is digital public infrastructure, is it practically only public? Only the public sector? Obviously, infrastructure is for public, but not only done by the public sector. We need to keep that in mind. And two other questions we have, the issue of how can we build citizen trust in digital platform, data security, institutions, and civil servants. So in these three issues, I will not ask specifically any question to any person. My belief that participants from all the sectors are here, where you fit best to answer any one of the question. I will start from Ahmedul Islam Bab, so that he is director of BASIS. So you can choose any of the sector and please respond on that. But time is only 2 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It's an honor actually to respond of my idol, Mr. Abul Kalam Azad. So he make so many rules for the Bangladesh, and now he is moderating a session for next generation of country infrastructure that will be driven by AI. Obviously, I'm representing BASIS, Bangladesh Association of Software Information Services, which is the key association for the digitization of Bangladesh. We are part of the government and implementing partner of the government of Bangladesh. So since our digitalization start with the current government, like our Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina declared the digital Bangladesh, then the BASIS is performing with the government to implement all the digitization process. And you know that there are a lot of achievement we have done with the government. You know, there are API-driven traffic infrastructure with the DMP. BASIS companies are implementing. BASIS companies are implementing the ID card implementation in Bangladesh, and also there are other companies that are also doing the COVID. In the COVID period, ICT division had a great role for the corona detection process. Over there, basis companies also be part of the government. So as a associate partner of the government, we must say, in the future, AI will be the key role of the government process and all the public infrastructure process. It will be unbiased and will be the result driven. I can say there are currently AI market is $1.87 trillion market. We can grab, if we can grab a 1% of the market, then $180 billion market we can grab from Bangladesh. So it is a dream for our companies, and accordingly, our companies are taking their readiness for EdTech, Health Tech, EduTech, and all the other infrastructure sector by the AI driven. As a part of that process, my company also doing a AI driven process already implementing over there, and our other companies also taking their readiness to make Bangladesh smart Bangladesh by 2041 as per the government visions. So we are ready for that. Thank you very much for the vision of the Bangladesh government.
Thank you. Dear friends, you know, we discussed on 6 sectors: public service, healthcare, fintech, education, e-commerce, and energy. So the data security, sense of security in digital format, how we can ensure more trust on security of data for using this platform. Honorable Secretary of ICT.
Thank you. Honorable State Minister, former Principal Secretary and distinguished, Assalamu alaikum and very good afternoon. As we know that public infrastructure, our data center is a public infrastructure, but it is also digital public infrastructure. And if we want to secure data, because we know that if we want to make our country smart, then we must have a smart government, a smart economy, and if a smart government, the data, we must not use paperless government, and we must secure our data. If we want to secure our data security is a very important. And if we apply the artificial intelligence to secure data, because you know that there are many threats of data security. If we use this artificial intelligence, how any threat comes to insecure data, it is very important for us to ensure data security. And then we can secure, because if our government will be paperless and our economy will be cashless, then it is very important. And I think that artificial intelligence can be used for efficient data security. Thank you, sir.
So thank you. Thank you very much. So now can we concentrate on the sectors? The 6 sectors, as I mentioned, the healthcare, education, energy, public service, fintech, and e-commerce. So now let me come to my favorite issue, energy. Mohammad Hussain is the DG of Power Cell. So Mohammad Hussain, how do you think the future energy, especially how do we want to utilize artificial intelligence and digital public infrastructure? Your comments.
Thank you, sir. I think whole audience is aware of the unprecedented success in the power sector for the last 15 years. And I am answering to the question of a person who was the hero of this success story. I think all of you know that Mr. Abul Kalam Azad was the secretary in the early of the era of this government, and the whole foundation and infrastructure was built under his leadership, and I had the opportunity to work with him. Anyway, you know that we have at least fulfilled our basic need that has been committed by our Honorable Prime Minister to provide electricity to all people of the country. So now it's time for us to ensure quality electricity and uninterrupted electricity with affordable price, for which in fact digital intervention is required. And Sir has asked the AI. In fact, we have been working with IoT, which is in fact, AI is an extended version of this IoT. And particularly, now our main focus is renewable energy, which is, you know, that it's a distributed energy, variable energy, where without AI, we cannot integrate our renewable energy in the grid. And for which, in fact, we have been working with a smart grid, where AI will play a basic role for this smart grid interventions. And in fact, the grid entity, which is PGCB, they have already installed a simulator for assessing the grid behavior when renewable will be integrated. And we have also taken up a good number of, in fact, studies, which is like grid stability study. Then under the ADB project, we have also taken a study for integration of renewable energy in the grid. And you know that our this smart grid, we have already analyzed a gap analysis of what is there and what needs to be there. And I think that within next 2-3 years, we'll be in a position to establish the smart grid in the power sector with fully equipped with AI, IoT, and other equipments, and people will have the, in fact, opportunity to avail uninterrupted and quality electricity in future. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Mahmood Hussain. We understand that smart electricity needs smart grid, but smart citizen also. Without smart citizen, smart electricity will not be ensured. Thank you, Mahmood Hussain, very much for your participation. Now we will go to education. Anir, can you please show one slide on education?
Sure, absolutely. Thank you. Just on energy transition, I met with the CEO of Google X. Google X is Google's secret lab where they build technology that are coming 10 years down the road. So what they are building, a Google map for electrons. So our electron actually moves in the grid. So they're actually trying to figure out how electrons move and how they're consumed, how they're produced. And that's what they want to pilot in Bangladesh. They've started doing this in Chile. So quite an interesting concept. So let me go to education. Education. So these are some of the salient points that actually have come up. We have transformed our curriculum towards formative. The teacher training has to be done in a deep way. And then QR code embedded textbooks, accessible digital textbooks, and greater inclusion in education. These are some of the salient points that have come up. Success stories have come from India's Diksha. We had one of the creators of Diksha here, Jagadish. And then the UNICEF accessible digital textbook that was created in Bangladesh. And some of the key questions there, Honorable Moderator, you could pick any of the questions, and then we have the director from secondary education here.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, may I draw attention, Dr. Shafiul Azam, Director Planning and Development, Director of Secondary and Higher Education. So you may respond on this.
So thank you very much. It's an honor and I'm humbled, to be very honest, having the opportunity to talk among this galaxy of stars who are pursuing our, carrying forward our Honorable Prime Minister's dream of smart Bangladesh, and through which we want to ensure smart citizen in our country. when it comes in terms of education, it is placed in such a critical corner as you are a great leader of SDG, sir. You know, and you have set all those milestones. That education is such an area that crisscross all the areas, and that has gotten wider impact to provide ultimately to build a round-up citizen. And our Honorable Minister has already shared the different initiatives so far we have taken based on that blended education master plan. With that focus, we have taken a revolutionary approach of new curriculum. And through that new curriculum, we are trying to address three particular areas. One is experiential learning, and then the interdisciplinary approach, as well as formative assessment. And to do that, we have taken both the face-to-face as well as blended approach in our, virtual approach in our all training, textbook, teaching, learning content, and everything. Specifically, when we go to the ethical use of general AI and ChatGPT, I would also like to focus our new curriculum is also focusing on not only knowledge base, it is focusing on knowledge, skill, as well as ethical values, infusing ethical values in our students. Having those things in mind, when we are talking about skills, we are talking about developing the soft skills of our students so that they become a smart citizen. And as a part of that, we are giving them the knowledge about ethics and ethical values. I am sure those things will definitely work on whenever they are using, because we had a revolutionary change in our education system. Whenever they will use those, both from the side of the teachers, students, they will ultimately, as we are harnessing that ethical values in our students, those will be useful for them to prevent them or to save them and to guide them to become a smart citizen, to ultimately take us to a smart Bangladesh. Thank you very much, sir, for your kind.
Dr. Azam, during COVID, we saw how this digital divide, especially no smartphone, no education in the rural area. So how do you think with the new curriculum, you will be addressing that? Honorable Minister was also mentioning about the new curriculum. Can you please put lights on it?
Well, sir, thank you very much. Once again, I said whenever we take any revolutionary approach and we think of a big change, as we are in a crossroad, the whole world is transforming. And we know that we have to have that revolutionary approach. And to do that, we are taking the ethos from our father of the nation. When in the 1971, we did not wait for actually to prepare a group of soldiers, prepare them and give them with necessary arms to fight. So I think from that lesson, we are preparing from the education sector also. We have taken that blended education master plan. We know we have got challenges. We have got challenges like electricity, not in everywhere we do not have the electricity, but we have already covered up that thing. We are ensuring the internet facilities in many of the places. Even during COVID-19, sir, you have seen, even though our teachers were not prepared, because of that 2008 and 9, our Honorable Prime Minister declared the digital Bangladesh. We had some sort of a preparation, and immediately we could jump on to address this issue, both through the digital, devices as well as through Sangsad TV. We made it available. So we are hopeful. It will take time, but gradually we are addressing to that and shifting towards that. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And now we want to move to the commerce. So Anir, can please support me on putting slides on commerce?
Yeah, I'm looking for them. They should there. So we had two sessions on e-commerce and also supply chain. I think there were issues on agriculture supply chain that also came up there as well. The summarization of that is that if we introduce the DPI approach in building these components, many countries are doing that. We're seeing some very interesting results from India specifically. The industry could have 10 to 20 times growth, and investment in the form of maybe $1 to $2 billion could actually come. So that came from the industry experts and also global experts. The success stories is a central complaint management system that was introduced by the Ministry of Commerce and India's open network for digital commerce as the two important success stories that came up, and some of the key questions are on the right.
So we have colleagues from Ministry of Commerce, Shami Islam. So Shami, you look into the question, how to build citizens' trust on service and quality of e-commerce and in e-post-valley era.
Thank you, sir. I am very glad to be here today. Actually, it's our privilege, the young generation. We have stepped from digital Bangladesh then to smart Bangladesh. So we are highly thankful to our Honorable Prime Minister, and also we are grateful to our Honorable State Minister who is present here. Actually, when any new thing comes, then so many challenges come with this, and I think E-Valley is like this. So when we didn't know about e-commerce, then there was we were not aware about the challenges. Then when we start doing business through e-commerce, then some challenges come through. Actually, not only in e-commerce, in any business there are so many challenges. So like this, I think the E-Valley is one of that issues. So, and what happened, E-Valley actually broken the trust of us who are in working in the e-commerce sector and to the customers. Actually after the event, Ministry of Commerce has taken some steps that two major act was initiative. One, a high-level committee chaired by Honorable Minister of Commerce to steer the policy directions, and the other technical committee has been working on the issue of refunding money of the consumers who did not get their products. So far, around 3.86 billion taka refunded to the concerned consumers till date. And Ministry of Commerce formulated the Digital Commerce Policy 2018 and Digital Commerce ID Guidelines 2022. As per the policy and the guidelines, all the digital commerce enterprises are required to be registered during an online platform. And moreover, Ministry of Commerce has been taken the initiative to develop central complaint management system and central logistics tracking system with the help of A2I. These two systems will be effective platforms to build the confidence of the consumers, we think. And it is also to be mentioned that the Ministry of Commerce has been formulating Digital Commerce Authority Act 2023 to facilitate the e-commerce business and to look after the better interest of the consumers. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I believe this commerce, she mentioned about some rules and regulation. We believe that behind the rules and regulation, there is a person. We need to digitize that person also, the mindset, especially the mindset. Thank you. Thank you very much. Anir, can you put lights on commerce, e-commerce?
ECAP.
ECAP. So, Shomika, I understand that this question goes to you, that what role will DPI play in enhancing last mile logistics?
Thank you, sir. It's a great honor to be here today, and Honorable State Minister Junaid Ahmed Bologbhai, ICT State Minister, has been always a driving and encouraging person to drive this sector from the very beginning of this sector. So before I particularly answer your question, I just want to mentioned that how DPI will be helping, this platform will be helping the e-commerce sector. It is going to be fit for the purpose. It will be demand-driven. It will create more trust. It will be user-centric, and it will enhance the overall e-commerce sector. And how DPI, and also DPI will create a conducive environment for the e-commerce cross-border, and it will help the e-commerce cross-border to grow. Coming back to your question, sir, what you have just asked, and how to enhance the last mile logistics. We know when we were talking about AI, more AI today, in the e-commerce sector, a lot of our e-commerce companies they have adopted AI, and e-commerce sector is exponentially growing, but that is not enough. Early adaptation in the logistics sector is very important, especially when we talk about early AI adaptation. When we talk about the last mile delivery, it's still a big challenge, but at the moment we are talking about more efficient mid-mile delivery. So with the adoption and early adoption of AI, it is possible. And as we know that, sir, for the e-commerce overall industry, one of the important leg is logistics sector, supply chain, and payment. And only instilling AI and having the early adoption will help these areas, payment system, more inclusive payment system, and mid-mile delivery. Once we achieve the mid-mile delivery properly, more efficiently, we will be achieving the last mile delivery. And my humble plea to our Honorable State Minister and you, all of you, that we do have an AI policy, but only focusing on the e-commerce sector because it connects all the sectors, all the industries. If we can create a separate roadmap focusing on that. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Though last mile is last mile, but this is the most important part, how we connect the citizen with the highway. Thank you. Thank you very much. The next issue. So, ISPAB. Here, I would request Imdad Bhai. So, if you can speak on this, how is ISPB working towards ensuring affordable, reliable internet access to citizens nationwide so that all can derive benefits of a digital transformation?
Thank you, sir. I'm honored to be here. I would like to thank our Honorable State Minister, our Secretary, and also you. I can remember 14 years back when you are Power Secretary, Power Ministry. That time you called several times to make a robust and secure internet transmission network. And from that day, we started our job, and now we are connected each and every union in Bangladesh. All are underground connectivity. I can thank our Honorable State Minister because Info Sarkar Project 3 connected each and every union. Now our journey is each and every village. Each and every village, if we want to connect, we need to work a lot because we have lots of villages which is not a good infrastructure. Sometimes we have to go with our river, then canal, and others infrastructure also is there. So very difficult situation is there. So also I can thank our Honorable State Minister. They started a project, EDC project. EDC project is a very vital project. Already some job has started. I think if we can complete the EDC project, each and every village will be connected with this internet, broadband internet. Now we are ready to connect each and every village. If we get support from our State Minister and all of you, I think we are ready for DPI and AI and for zero digital divide. And you are asking for affordable. Already government declared 500 taka, 5 Mbps bandwidth. Actually, with this 500 taka, we want to give 100 Mbps bandwidth. We need just support from our ministry, same support, what they are giving last 15 years. This support, if they continue, maybe before 41, we can make smart Bangladesh. Thank you.
Mr. Imdad, you get assured that when you started talking, the government, that is the ICT ministry, talked, keeping me in between. They decided in your favor. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you
sir.
very
Thank
much.
you, sir.
Anir.
Next is Bako.
So it's again coming to Bako. Aminul Bhai. Again, how can we leverage DPI and AI to increase our export earning in BPO?
Aminul Bhai, you can modify the question also if you want. I think you wanted me to modify it. I couldn't modify it because it had already gone to the
It's
panel.
okay. Before export earning, I would like to say that my industry, the business process outsourcing that we are handling, we work with both public and private sectors, and all you know, during the pandemic situation, we have worked closely with government, where we have our member companies have served 333, the COVID short code, where majority of the population have taken the services, and we have experienced how these experience can make more better by using AI. Because that time, suddenly we have managed that service, but later on we have identified that AI can reduce the pressure of the call. Like if we integrate the chatbot and automation, then first level customer service can be ensured by the robotics. And second level, where the robot cannot handle the process, that can be managed through human resource. So using less infrastructure and solution, we can give more customer service for the citizens. As well as, the emergency service, that 999, which was primarily introduced by the BACO member with the help of our ICT ministry. We work closely and develop the solutions for the government. Our member companies, they are working different agriculture, education, and different levels, where we want to bring in solutions and most cost-effective solutions, but better, efficient service using AI. Already, we have identified a few scopes where we can integrate the AI. I would like to mention here, as I got the opportunity, automation of repetitive tasks, and it will reduce the level of support we need to handle through our human resources. Intelligent chatbot and virtual agents, data analytics and predictive insights, which will reduce the searching process that we are right now managing through our CRM, and natural language processing, cognitive document processing, machine learning for decision support, resource allocation and workforce management, quality monitoring and compliance, and many more scopes there, where we have the opportunity to work with AI, and we can introduce those for the business process outsourcing industry. And I would like to make an attention to our associate members, especially our basis member, Babu Bhai is here. We would like to work closely, because we work for the service industry, and we need development of these tools. And if BASIS and other associations work together, then we can build and come up with more tools and solutions where business process outsourcing industry can work more efficiently. And number two, I would like to make an attraction to our Honorable State Minister here, because what we need is an R&D center, where private sector can work on research and data and scopes. We need to identify our scopes, and research center is very much needed. And if we set up that thing, I think more beautiful solutions, international solutions we can bring in the market. So if these things are work properly, we can attract more exports. And right now, our industry is touching $1 billion. We are targeting more. There's no boundary over there. But for that, we need to work together. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Aminul Haq. Doing more with less, efficient service with less cost, and together each achieve more. Research is most important. Thank you. Anil, next. So this is for the BCS. So Subrata Sarkar, this is for you. How is BCS working to promote advanced computer education and training to meet the demands of a smart Bangladesh?
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me in this seminar. DPI and AI for Smart Bangladesh Summit 2023. Thank you, our state ministers, Janab Junai Ahmed Polok, MP, and our very close, very prominent Abul Kalam Azad Bhai, Onik Bhai. BCS Bangladesh Computer Samiti is the largest IT association in Bangladesh. It is established in 1981. That's why we have a lot of actually responsibility about the digital Bangladesh. Even when it is in smart Bangladesh, it is also responsibilities in Bangladesh Computer Samiti also. Bangladesh Computer Samiti thinks now we are challenging 4IR. That means fourth industrial revolution is the most important in nowadays. Fourth industrial revolutions is add with AI. Artificial intelligence is there. That's why we think when you given the education systems should be developed, should be changed their syllabus. Quality education we have to need. Basically, we need mechatronics, IoT, we need data, big data. We have to need that type of syllabus, we have to change it. Some of university, some of education systems, they are starting in mechatronics, robotics, they're starting. We think so. We have to need, it is a permanent solution for challenging for IR. We need, AI is very important. That's why we have to change our syllabus in university level and our education level. Our Honorable Prime Minister already declared in school level we have to go for the coding system. If you start in coding, definitely it will be improve our student, improve our education systems also. We think we have to go for everywhere, every university, every high school, definitely need to, how we have to use AI. Artificial intelligence is very important. Artificial intelligence is related to the IoT. Artificial intelligence also related with robotics and mechatronics also. That's why in industrial development, if any industries is now there, we are open. We need our educated person, educated student, educated technical expert, like those who are the very much competent about AI. That's why I have to request, our minister is there, in our also in education minister was in there. I am requesting, we have to change our education systems. We have to give in the big syllabus. and given the permanent solution and treating our 4IR challenge, how can we can facing that problem? We have to, that types of expert we have to need. That's why I request we have to give a good quality and good education and with using AI. That is the important for us. Thank you everybody to give an opportunity to come here. Thank you.
Thank you, Subrata Sharkar. Yes, advanced computer education. At the same time, now we are not having the say, computer education, but education based on computer. So education based on advanced computer, chat GPT and all other things. Thank you. Ani, next. So again, coming to basis, what role can local IT companies play in the development of DPI? I come to again to the basis, Ahmedul Islam Bab.
Thank you, sir, for giving me again the microphone to take something. BASIS is coordinating the AI-enabled traffic system, as I told earlier, and also BASIS is also coordinating the NID smart card, digital business ID, Surakha, that is for COVID-19 vaccination process. All are hugely data-driven process. All the BASIS companies are associated with this mammoth data process with the government. You know, earlier I also said BASIS companies are hugely involved and engaged and readiness by their health tech, ed tech, fintech, insurtech, cyber security through the collaboration of the government of Bangladesh and also research output by the academia. We can see a huge potential for the agri-tech in Bangladesh. So we are working on the agri-tech process. If we can make it like Bangla enable recognition process by AI, and our farmers can recognize their artificial intelligence process of like memory, it will be a huge market, Bangladesh itself. As globally, as I mentioned earlier also, $1.8 trillion market globally, but Bangladesh can take, if 1%, it will be $18.2 billion market. So I'm requesting our Honorable State Minister, Junad Ahmed Palak Bhai. So this is a huge market we need to grab. I know Bangladesh government is already taking lots of initiative for preparing skilled manpower, Python training and other technology training, they are under process. But these kind of effective training we can make target-wise and the future growth-wise, we can make a real revolution process in Bangladesh. AI is the target, and the digital public infrastructure are BASIS companies are ready to take part with the government, and we'll be happy to take part with this process. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We are almost in the last leg in my part. You see, after departure of the Honorable Education Minister, we gave this seat to a lady again. Maybe very shortly she will be again like Deepu Moni, chief guest. My request will be to answer or respond that how do you think artificial intelligence with the health education, health and education sector, and also health education?
Thank you. Thank you so much for the question. And it is really such an honor and privilege to be on the stage with people I really, really look up to. Thank you for the invitation to be here. Healthcare is specifically important for Bangladesh. We are a country of 170 million people. We are still fighting infectious diseases or communicable diseases. At the same time, we are also seeing non-communicable diseases. We are seeing increased cancer, heart disease, etc. Climate change is going to have immense impact on our health and health system, and Bangladesh is going to bear the brunt effects of climate change. Bangladesh will see changes in health or will suffer from issues that no other country in the world will. These will be our problems. These are our problems. These are problems that we have to solve locally. So we have to figure out in Bangladesh, as Bangladeshis, how we solve our problems. There will be no copy-paste method that is going to work now or in the future. And really, I think AI gives us that opportunity. AI gives us the opportunity to leapfrog. We might be a little, further back from some other countries, but using AI, we can go years and years or decades ahead. We can leapfrog if we can use AI responsibly. I'll give you an example. So I work for the Child Health Research Foundation, and this is before, ChatGPT, bot. In about 2018, we started a project funded by the government of UK to diagnose pneumonia in babies. So children or babies in the first 2-3 months of life are very likely to get pneumonia, but they're so small and their lungs are still growing. It's so hard for radiologists and doctors to actually be able to properly diagnose pneumonia. There's a panel of WHO experts who read thousands and thousands of x-rays, and using that and using AI, we were able to develop a tool that could automatically predict whether the child has pneumonia or not. Is the pneumonia severe? Does the child need antibiotics? When I talked about my colleagues or doctors in the country in 2018, 2019 about utilization of this tool, everybody was very skeptic. And they said, na, kono bhabei hobe na, doctor replace kore dibe. Absolutely not. A tool like that doesn't replace anybody. A tool like that helps. A tool like that take diagnostic tools to remote villages, to places where perhaps doctors and radiologists cannot go. That was our journey, our beginning of our journey with AI. Very recently, we have been funded a project, granted a project by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. And with that project, what we are doing is building models to understand what outbreaks are coming when our hospital beds are going to be completely full. Dengue, after a dengue season comes, we realize, oh yeah, dengue is here, our hospital beds are full, this is the serotype, this is how severe it's going to be. But it is possible using the right tools to predict and leveraging AI to predict when dengue is going to hit the country, how severe it is going to be, what will be the serotypes, how prepared does our healthcare system needs to be, how full are our beds going to be. So we are using AI to build such models to simulate and be able to forecast what is the next outbreak, and dengue is of course such an example. But it can also be risky because AI building models completely depends on data. If I feed in bad data, I get bad results, garbage in, garbage out. Right? So we have to be very, very responsible. As much as I am excited about the new possibilities of using AI into healthcare, I'm also very worried that people might not be able to use it correctly or use it responsibly. So we have to be very careful. We have to have the right guidelines. We are actually teaching a course that uses AI to teach how to use AI ethically, also funded by the foundation. But I understand that this is something that we all have to work together. It has to be cross-ministry efforts, and I do hope that it happens very soon in Bangladesh. Thank you.
Thank you, Shajati. So dear audience, you may be sure, if you live from now 15, 20 years, maybe science will not allow you to die because it will innovate so much so artificial limbs that it will not allow you to die. We have a friend who is digitally connected from MTOP, Lieutenant Colonel Mohammad Zulfikar, Secretary General of MTOP. So you see the question, in what ways is MTOP promoting the expansion of 5G and advanced mobile technologies for improved connectivity across the country? So for 5G, do you hear me?
Thank you very much, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Exactly, we do hear you clear and loud.
Okay, thank you, sir. Honorable State Minister, ICT, and the dignitaries on the dais and the August gathering in front. Thank you very much for actually giving me a kind of opportunity to speak about the mobile industry, that how we are actually preparing ourselves for the smart Bangladesh goal achieving by the government. So as I had been actually listening to all of you for quite a long time, so I could gauge that you are all talking about the how the DPI would be AI based, and how the services by the government infrastructure would be strengthened, and it should be more focus oriented, and it should be more useful. But then thank you at the end that you have given me an opportunity to speak about the connectivity. You see, all the innovations and all the developments actually depends on the robust and sustainable connectivity that we'll be able to actually achieve in the process of converting or transforming our digital Bangladesh into the smart Bangladesh. So to tell you, as of now, almost 98% of the area have been covered by our 4G network. That's very interesting, and that is how you see the e-commerce, e-health, and everything. The mobile financial services, e-governance, everything is running, and 90% or even more internet users are basically over the mobile internet. So the mobile internet and the mobile operators are serving more than the 90% connectivity of the populations for the internet and the internet related services. Regarding the 5G, as you inquire, basically the industry is partially ready. We are waiting for the final call from the government side to have this rollout of 5G. I can assure, sir, that with the expansion, with the emancipation that you are predicting to actually achieve the smart Bangladesh goal, we'll be actually side by side contributing to have more speedy internet over the mobile infrastructure, so that people with a mobile device can having kind of speed where the AI based or had been telling that robotics, mechatronics, and all these, you see the innovations, all these new technologies will be able to actually be availed by the general people, and also from the provider side and from the client side. So thank you once again for giving me opportunity. We wish all of your discussion to be fruitful in the course of time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Zulfikar. So dear colleagues, ultimate target is smart Bangladesh. If we consider this smart Bangladesh, the smart citizen, what is for smart citizen will tell, I am the solution. Each person here and in Bangladesh and also around the globe from Bangladesh, they will tell, I am the solution. So whenever we will be able to tell, I am the solution, then only it will be possible to establish smart Bangladesh. About the society, my village, my town. The facilities, amenities, innovations of city will be taken to village, and the nature of village, the birds, the water, the trees of village will come to city. This is my village, my town. And the smart economy, no one left behind. This is the SDG magic words, no one left behind. And finally, These will be implemented with the public-private partnership, also the government. So the government will be govpreneurship. Government will work like the entrepreneur. This is the target of this artificial intelligence and DPI seminar and workshop all about. I pay my sincere thanks to the friends of private sector and public sector both. The galaxy I told, here is also a good number of experts, those who spoke on it. Together we achieve more. We will be reaching very soon the smart Bangladesh. I hand over to Anir and then Purabi. Thank you. And I will beg leave. Thank you very much.
Mr. Azad, thank you very much for the wonderful and inspiring moderation. Purabi, back to you.
Don't go, Anil Bhai. I have a question for you. Okay. So, according to Shejuti, AI gives us opportunity to leapfrog, but I would also need to add that DPI also gives us opportunity to work together. And I would like to ask Anil Bhai, what is your 2 takeaways from this conference? Because we have heard from everybody, but we would like to hear from you as well. But he needs to have 2 takeaways.
2 takeaways. I think, as you said, collaboration certainly was one takeaway. That we worked, this conference happened in a matter of 20 days. And I think the quality was high, at least from my personal assessment. So if you focus on quality, set a single mission, I think something complicated can be accomplished. I think the ICT division organizations, A2I, BCC, the division itself, Startup Bangladesh, worked very, very closely. But also we got support from DOICT, from DSA, and from High Tech Park Authority colleagues. So it was a great collaboration within the ICT division. But as you could see, there was a lot of support from all departments of the government. We had so many participants from across the government, ministries. And then private sector also. But interestingly, I think massive amount of international collaboration happened in these 20 days that you could see. So that collaboration, that's one takeaway. And the second is, I think the people who organized this, designed this, had an action orientation. That conversations just dissipate, conversations fade away after conferences. I think we documented everything. There are very deep documentation that you've seen that was happening dynamically, right? And broadcasted live. But we will follow up all this. And you will read out a Dhaka declaration for DPI and AI. So that will be our action points. And if I may add a third one, I never answer questions within the restriction, right? So 2 takeaways. Okay, so third takeaway is that how a conference can be designed in an agile manner. Typically what we do is we make a rigid plan, right? So this is the structure. So obviously the building is rigid, the rooms are rigid, but human mind is not rigid, right? So we designed it in such a way that we allowed very participatory design for this. So participants, as I said, built 3 new sessions just a day before, the night before. And one actually happened during the conference. So we allowed for that space. So I think an agile design is something that we can also think about in future. We'll actually see that as well. And that's the heart of DPI, agile design. Thank you.
Thank you, Anil. So now we have a video message from Gabriela Ramos, Assistant Director General, UNESCO. Can I please request to play the video?
It is my pleasure to address you in this event on digital public infrastructure and AI for zero digital divides. It is true that in this very fast-paced technological revolution that is so pervasive and that is reaching every aspect of our life and every corner of the world, we should always remember that the advancements are not equal. We still have half of the population that is not connected to a stable source of internet, And we know that the development and deployment of technologies related to artificial intelligence are highly concentrated in 2 countries, almost 80% of these developments. And this leads to what we have in the upstream of high concentration to a downstream of discrimination and biases. Because if you are not represented in the data, if you are not ensuring that there is quality data, and if the biases and stereotypes that we have in the real world are just translated into the digital world, we are not advancing in building more inclusive societies. And it's very important that we build inclusive societies. It's the only sustainable way for the world to advance together. And this is why at UNESCO we are very proud to have achieved in 2021 the first global instrument, the recommendation on the ethics of artificial intelligence. And what we are trying to do with this, with our member states, that are now 194 with the return of the US, is to try to turn around the conversation, because this is not a technological conversation, it's a societal one. And to ensure that these technologies that can fascinate us are built to deliver stronger frameworks for human rights, for human dignity, fairer and inclusive outcomes, gender equality, environmental sustainability, and all the values that we share. And all of this framework needs to be translated into policies, because policies are the tools that governments have to advance and shape the markets. And to do so, at UNESCO, we're not only proud that we have this global standard, but we're also working with 50 countries around the world using a tool that member states ask us to develop, which is the readiness assessment methodology, that is helping us understand where countries are in their capacities to shape and to govern the technologies ethically. There's no time to lose. With generative AI, the pace and the depth of these technologies and the threats that they can produce in terms of divisions, in terms of misinformation, in terms of the threats to our democracy, to gender equality, can be huge. But we have the tools, we have the will, and we just need to shape it well. And I'm sure that your conversations today are going to help us to advance in a better understanding with very concrete solutions that we will be happy to join whenever the outcomes comes out. It's a pleasure to be with you, and I wish you the best in these discussions.
Thank you. It was a wonderful remark from Gabriela. Now we have another video message from Mr. Robert Opp, Chief Digital Officer, UNDP. Since he could not join us today, he sent us a video message. Let's have a look at it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to join you for this high-level conference on people-centered DPI and AI for the Zero Digital Divide. Please accept my apologies for not being able to join you in person. One of the reasons it's such a delight for me to participate in this important meeting is that UNDP is incredibly proud of our partnership with Bangladesh. Bangladesh's digital transformation journey has been remarkable. It's encouraging that we've been able to facilitate some exchanges between the A2I team and several other countries who are eager to learn from Bangladesh and even adopt some of the same approaches and technologies. The theme of this conference is very timely. Just a few weeks ago, the world came to New York for the SDG Summit. Unfortunately, the SDGs are not in good shape, with only 15% of the targets that have been achieved so far. So the world is asking, where will the acceleration come from over the next 7 years to get us back on track? And I can tell you, digitalization is being regarded as one of the key levers for this acceleration. UNDP, with our partners ITU and the Boston Consulting Group, released a report at the time of the summit called the SDG Digital Acceleration Agenda. And that report highlighted that as many as 70% of the SDG targets can be positively impacted with technology. And so that means that the topics in this conference couldn't be more relevant. Digital public infrastructure is an approach that has gained a huge amount of traction over the past year and was selected as one of the 12 high-impact initiatives chosen to support the SDG Summit. It has really become known as an important enabler to realize the maximum impact from digital investments across the country. Artificial intelligence, and particularly generative AI, has huge potential benefits to offer to human development. And it ranges from enabling greater access to education and health, to revolutionizing business models and expanding markets for small and medium enterprises. However, none of these benefits come automatically. We need to take a responsible and rights-based implementation approach to digital. We have to consider that there are unique needs of diverse communities, including the elderly, remote populations, indigenous populations, and other marginalized groups. In other words, we need to be intentionally inclusive so that no one is left behind. For digital public infrastructure, this means having a strong governance framework in place with the right safeguards that protect people. And to that end, UNDP, together with the UN Tech Envoy's Office, has just launched an initiative on universal DPI safeguards. The other great enabler for technology is collaboration. The digital divide is not confined to specific regions. It's a global issue. Accelerating the SDGs will mean that we need to work together as countries, as international organizations, civil society, private sector, and others. We'll need to understand quickly what works and what doesn't, and to share approaches and technologies such as digital public goods that can help countries accelerate their own digital transformations. UNDP is honored to continue to work with the government of Bangladesh to achieve the ambitious goals of Smart Bangladesh Vision 2041 and support the ambitious goal of achieving the zero digital divide. And thank you for allowing me to be part of this meeting.
Thank you, Robert. Almost in every video bites and every speeches, we are coming to know about the collaboration thing. It's been a big part of DPI and Zero Digital Divide. So now I would like to welcome Mr. Stephen Miller, resident representative of UNDP Bangladesh, please, for his remarks. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable ICT Minister, respected government officials, colleagues, and distinguished guests, a very good afternoon to all of you. Today, as we stand on the precipice of an era defined by digitalization and technology, I'm very pleased to represent the United Nations at this conference, convening a dynamic confluence of minds and stakeholders. As just underscored by my colleague Robert Opp, the attainment of Agenda 2030 and the SDGs are at risk. And the discussions of the past 2 days have brought many insights, reinforcing the pivotal role of digitalization in advancing sustainable development and highlighting the pressing need to bridge the digital divide. In this regard, let me again acknowledge at the very onset the remarkable strides Bangladesh has made in the digital realm. But despite significant advances globally, we must also address the looming shadow of the digital divide. It is a divide that separates those with access to the boundless resources of the digital world from those who remain excluded and relegated to the margins of progress. Such disparity, especially when digital tools with tremendous transformative potential exists, is not just an inequality, it is an injustice. Yet amidst this daunting situation, there are rays of hope, and Bangladesh is one of these, having adopted a visionary and inclusive approach grounded in the understanding that the benefits of the digital age must be accessible to all. The United Nations Global Digital Compact, rooted in a vision of a secure, open digital future, aims to harness the digital realm's potential to expedite the attainment of Agenda 2030 and the SDGs while navigating emerging challenges. This compact empowers member states to bridge the digital gap and foster tech inclusivity. Reflecting the UN Charter's core values are our unified goals, who also includes ensuring digital human rights. As highlighted by the Secretary General's digital panel, it is imperative to extend human rights norms from the analog to the digital world. UNDP's close partnership with Bangladesh mirrors the vision of digital inclusion, a journey that we started together in 2010. Some of you will recall the Honorable Prime Minister and the administrator of UNDP jointly inaugurating what is now an expansive network of 9,000 digital centers across the country. And 13 years on, this network continues to operate as a backbone for providing digital access to vulnerable communities across the nation. Leveraging our partnership, Bangladesh, supported by UNDP, has introduced the Equality Center and the Zero Digital Divide campaign, which have been discussed during this conference. These initiatives aim to serve as a catalyst for global collaboration to bridge the digital gap. UNDP is committed to facilitating international ties and knowledge exchange across regions through South-South and triangular technology transfers, championing worldwide digital inclusivity. A core tenet of the discussion in this conference has been the role of digital public infrastructure. DPI is a cornerstone for equitable digital growth and offers immense potential, as we have heard, bridging service gaps, fostering innovation, and enhancing inclusivity. Bangladesh's use of DPI through a biometric national ID and integrated payment system, for example, ensures fair access to public and private services. The value of DPI was evident during COVID-19. Existing infrastructure was adapted into a digital safety net for 5 million new poor, and Bangladesh also harnessed AI-driven analytics to monitor the virus spread, showcasing its versatile public benefits. Moving forward, by using DPI and AI further, we can also ensure that our work on climate resilience, sustainable urbanization, and a circular economy can set standards that others can aspire to. Another central theme of the conference has been artificial intelligence, an influential catalyst with the capability to redefine industries and boost human development. Its potential is vast, with AI expected to contribute trillions to the global economy by the year 2030. However, with great power comes the need for caution. We advocate for AI guardrails to ensure transparency, inclusivity, and human rights. And UNDP's engagement with Bangladeshi policymakers underscores our joint commitment to a robust digital governance in the AI era, echoing the UN's Global Digital Compact. Moreover, we must address AI impact on employment. While AI offers productivity and economic growth, the World Economic Forum also warns of AI potentially displacing 85 million jobs by the year 2025. Over the course of this conference, we have gathered critical insights into the profound global impact of digitalization. Through diverse voices, we have highlighted digital public infrastructure's transformative potential and its challenges. The discussions also provided tangible examples from various countries and showcased the importance of user-centric participatory design in DPI solutions. The emphasis has consistently been on ensuring these solutions are inclusive, cost-effective, and ethical, championing our goal of a zero digital divide. I conclude with a key reminder. The divide we often refer to spans beyond just the digital. It encompasses socioeconomic, geographical, and gender disparities. Unaddressed, these divides can deepen existing inequalities. Our pursuit of a zero digital divide is not merely a catchphrase. It is a commitment to accelerate Agenda 2030 and SDG attainment and propel us to an equitable digital era. Lastly, I would like to express my gratitude to the ICT division, to the State Minister, and the Bangladesh Computer Council for convening us, and to all the participants for your invaluable insights. Let us collectively continue to drive this mission forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephen. Yes, it is a commitment, and now I would like to ask ICT State Minister, sir, to come and give us his remarks and also present Dhaka Declaration 2023 on DPI and AI. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Purobi and Anir Chaudhary, for excellent moderation. I would like to also thank the organizing committee, especially all the members of A2I, UNDP, Department of ICT, Bangladesh Computer Council, High Tech Park Authority. And today it is a momentous occasion as we unveil the Dhaka Declaration 2023 DPI and AI high-level conference for Zero Digital Divide, a testament to our shared commitment to the global eradication of the digital divide and the way forward. I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to Dr. Dipu Moni, Honorable Minister for Education, Gabriela Ramos, Assistant Director General UNESCO, Robert Opp, Chief Digital Officer UNDP, my good friend Mr. Stephen Liller, Resident Representative UNDP Bangladesh, Mr. Abul Kalam Azad, former Principal Secretary to the Honorable Prime Minister and Vice Chairman, Smart Bangladesh Network, Idea Foundation. In a world that is rapidly transforming, where the transformative power of digital public infrastructure DPI and artificial intelligence AI has the potential to reshape the future, we have come together to pledge our declaration to digital inclusivity, universal access to technology, and the ethical application of AI. First of all, I would like to congratulate all of our participants in different sessions and workshops over the last 2 days. Especially, I would like to give my heartiest thanks to the scientists, academicians, bureaucrats, entrepreneurs, innovators, entrepreneurs for your contribution in our 2 days conference. We recognize the importance of leaving no one behind in the digital age, bridging the digital divide across borders, demographics, and economic disparities. We acknowledge the central role of DPI in democratizing digital services and information access, and commit to the responsible and ethical use of AI, putting humanity at the forefront while striving for transparency, accountability, inclusivity, and fairness. We also commit to holding this DPI conference regularly every year to access and assess our progress, refine the new dimensions of DPI, and strengthen our global cooperation. I will now read the Dhaka Declaration 2023, DPI and AI High-Level Conference for Zero Digital Divide. Dhaka Declaration 2023, DPI and AI High-Level Conference for Zero Digital Divide. We, the participants of the DPI and AI High-Level Global Conference, convened in Dhaka on October 30th and 31st, 2023, unite under a common purpose, the global eradication of the digital divide for achieving zero digital divide. Acknowledging the transformative potential of digital public infrastructure DPI and artificial intelligence AI, we pledge to advance the cause of digital inclusivity, universal access to technology, reshaping, representing diverse sectors and regions, and guided by the principles of humanity, equality, and development of an ethically robust and transparent digital ecosystem, we hereby declare: 1. Equity in digital access. We resolutely committed to closing the digital divide by championing equal and equitable access to the digital resources and technologies for all, without regard for location, economic status, or demographics, recognizing that a just and interconnected world on leaving no one behind in the digital era. Harnessing the power of DPI and AI is number 2. We recognize the pivotal role of digital public infrastructure DPI in democratizing digital services and information access. We vow to champion secure, reliable, and affordable DPI and AI systems that facilitate internet access, e-governance, and vital digital services. Our commitment extends to exploring AI applications across all aspects of human life. 3. Responsible AI for global benefits. We acknowledge AI's potential to drive innovation, entrepreneurship, and progress across various verticals of human development, with an unwavering commitment to promoting responsible and ethical AI. This commitment prioritizes humanity over technology, emphasizing transparency, accountability, inclusivity, and mitigation of biases and discrimination. 4. Collaboration, partnership, and alliances. We emphasize on the imperative of global collaboration among governments, academia, industry, civil society, the private sector, and international organizations to effectively combat the digital divide. We advocate for knowledge sharing, resource allocation, and capacity building to expedite progress. We underscore the importance of forging networks and alliances that span society, sectors, and the globe. 5. North, South, and South-South triangular cooperation. We recognize the significance of North-South and South-South triangular cooperation as vital mechanism for international development and collaboration. Through these alliances, we seek to ensure that digital technologies and epistemologies supporting the development of such technologies are accessible to all, regardless of location. 6. Education and digital literacy. We acknowledge the pivotal role of education and digital learning in ensuring digital inclusivity. We endorse initiatives for digital skills training, STEM education, and global digital literacy. Our commitment involves exploring initiatives from various countries and forming alliances to engage young and scientific minds. 7. Inclusion for frugal innovation. We celebrate innovation as a catalyst for inclusion, emphasizing that innovative solutions must encompass diverse perspectives and address the specific needs of underserved communities. The individuals, especially the children, the resource constrained and physically or emotionally challenged human persons remain central to our development ethos. This inclusive approach aims to advance access to healthcare, education, economic opportunities, self-employment, and value through human ingenuity and compassion. Financial inclusion is 8. We explore contributions to enhance financial inclusion and equity, paving the way for a more inclusive and economically equitable world while revolutionizing fintech. 9. Technological framework for responsible AI. We commit ourselves to the development and implementation of a technological framework that fosters responsible AI regulations while promoting innovation in DPI and DPG solutions. This framework prioritizes safety, fairness, and ethical considerations. AI must ensure augmentation of human capabilities and perceptions and not constrain them in any form. 10. Gender inclusivity. We recognize the importance of gender inclusivity and commit to advancing equal opportunities and representation for all genders in the digital landscape, fostering an environment that values and supports diverse perspectives. Gender must be mainstreamed and all genders must be equals in their inclusion into the decision-making process. In Dhaka, October 2023, participants of the DPI and AI high-level conference stand united in our dedication in achieving a zero digital divide and ensuring that AI technologies contribute positively to the well-being of all humanity. We pledge to hold ourselves accountable through monitoring and reporting on our progress toward these goals and to take corrective actions as needed. Concluding this auspicious conference, I would like to say that the DPI and AI conference represents a historic commitment to a future where digital inclusivity, universal access to technology, and ethical AI applications are not just ideals, but a reality. We stand united in our mission to eradicate the digital divide and promote a world where no one is left behind in the digital era. Our declaration outlines a comprehensive roadmap emphasizing equitable access, responsible technology, global collaboration, and inclusion for all. As we move forward, we invite governments, organizations, and individuals worldwide to join us on this transformative journey, working together to create a more inclusive, connected, and prosperous world for us. Be innovative and smart. Joy Bangla, Joy Bangabandhu.
Thank you, Honorable State Minister, sir. You always inspire us, and with this declaration now, it's actually commitment for us. Thank you. Okay. Now, I would like to invite Mohammed Samsul Arifin, Secretary, ICT Division, for his concluding remarks. Thank you. Would you like to end the program, or should I just say something? Would you like to end?
Thank you, Purvi. We are at the end of this today's session. I would like to give thanks all of you, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. It is an immense pleasure to be here with you today among the distinguished guests. I thank you everyone who participated in this conference on DPI and AI for Zero Digital Divide and shared their valuable knowledge with us. These 2 days have been a learning curve for us all, and we get to understand the potential that DPI and AI has for us in the future. With the implementation of DPI and AI, we can reshape the future for all of us. We have seen the enthusiasm from both public and private sectors, academia, and researchers in these 2 days. Many bright ideas, success stories came up within the discussion and helped us to understand how we can implement DPI and AI effectively and efficiently. ICT division will play an active role with collaboration, other national and international organizations, government and private agencies, so that we can harness the full potential of DPI and AI, which is not restricted by borders, and pave our way forward to a future-proof generation with zero digital divide. Thank you very much. Thank you all. Thank you, Honorable State Minister. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Joy Bangla.
Thank you, sir. Let us all inspire, innovate, and ignite for change and leaving a leading impact for future generation and making zero digital divide a reality. Thank you, everyone, for joining, and thank you, everyone here. Thank you.